Are you thinking of selling your house during this pandemic? Well, on today's video, I'm going to share with you the guidelines that realtors should be following today to sell your home in a safe manner. Stay tuned. Hey, what's up everyone? Aaron Bowman here with the Bowman Realty Group over at eXp Realty, and today we are covering the top 10 guidelines that have been given down to us here in Connecticut as realtors doing transactions during this pandemic. Now, a lot of this stuff is kind of common sense, and some of this stuff people aren't aware of, especially if you're just starting to get into the market during this pandemic of the COVID-19. Number one, no open houses, broker or public. And the reason for that is that we have to limit the number of people at a house at any given time and practice social distancing. So there are some ways around this, and stay tuned for another video where we show you how we are getting homes sold in today's market. Now, number two is showings. And what we need to do is make sure that we limit the number of people at a showing. The showing should only be the agent and the buyers. No parents, children's friends, third uncle, cousins, best friends, relative. Limit showings only to buyers who are expected to write a contract within the next few days. And the reason for that is that we don't want any what we call looky-loos or tire kickers coming in and going through the house, because that just ups the chances of exposure for the people who have their house on the market. Now, another thing with showings that you can do as a homeowner who's putting their home on the market is make sure that if your agent doesn't provide it, leave out some hand sanitizer. Your agent should provide these little booties that go over the person's shoe when walking into the house, and possibly rubber gloves. If there are no rubber gloves available because people are hoarding stuff, what you can do is make sure you go through your home before the showing takes place and open up every closet, door, drawer, anything that you think somebody would touch to open to see what's inside. If it's warm where you are at, like right now in Connecticut, yesterday was kind of warm. Today it's a little bit of a chilly side. We're in that springtime where one day it's like 50, the next day it's like 30. So make sure that you open up the windows, get that airflow going through there. And then after the showing, as a homeowner, I would suggest wiping down any of the handles or objects that you think people would pick up. So that's showings. Number three is driving to showings. Now, I don't do a lot of this anyways, but right now, if you are looking to sell your home and looking to buy, or maybe you're just looking to buy, you want to make sure that you and your realtor are taking two separate cars. Currently, we are not allowed to basically play chauffeur and drive our clients around from house to house. They actually have to physically meet us there. And for the most part, I do that anyways. I mean, I don't know how many people really want to get into my truck after 5 kids have been in it. Number four, home inspections. This is another question I get, and it really kind of falls in with the first two. Again, we have to limit our numbers. So it's going to be the agent, the buyer's agent, and then it's going to be the inspector. No parents, no grandparents, no fourth cousins twice removed. Number five is repairs. Now this one is a little tricky because most people want repairs done before they move in the house. However, if there are major repairs or a lot of little ones, that means people are gonna have to come and go, whether it's a plumber, electrician, a general contractor. So what we're being advised to do is to have the sellers take that money that it would cost, say it's $1,500 in repairs, and credit that at closing, so the homeowners, after this pandemic has peaked and has started to subside, they can then have their contractor come in of their choice and take care of the work after the fact. Number six is appraisals. And again, this one, the agent really doesn't have a lot to do. It's really the appraiser that's coming out to the house, so it's usually just one person that's going to be there to appraise the property. It doesn't take as long as a home inspection does. So really, for us agents, we can show up, we can say hi, but we really don't need to be there. Right now, we're being advised actually not to go to the appraisals and just let the appraiser do their job. Number seven, final walkthroughs. Now, this happens usually the day of closing. And at this point, the homeowner has normally moved out of the house. So exposure to the homeowner is very limited, if at all possible. So that would be a great time to walk through the house one last time, make sure everything is the way it's supposed to be, it's broom swept. And I would say at this point, if you have a mother, father, mother-in-law, father-in-law that really wants to see the inside of the house, this would be an okay time because there's nobody else in the house. It's vacant technically. Number eight is closing day. So this is a little bit different. Normally, agents go to closings, they meet their clients there, they go through, they watch them sign all the paperwork, they take a picture of them with a sold sign in front of their house. That stuff all has stopped right now. Agents don't need to go to closings. Technically, we don't even need to be there. So we give the paralegals and the attorneys information to disperse checks, and the homeowners will go and sign whatever they need to. Now, it can actually be done where the seller is in one room and the homeowner or the new homeowner is in another room, the home buyer. And nowadays, a lot of stuff can be done electronically too. So just keep that in mind. All right, so this brings us to number 9, the last one. And this one is probably the most important out of everything else, and that is wash your hands. Make sure you wash them for at least 20 seconds. Sing yourself happy birthday if you have to. That's what we have the kids do here. But it's very important now more than ever that we are washing our hands before and after a showing. Now, it's great to have hand sanitizer with you too. That's fine. So if you're out looking at different properties, try to hand sanitize after the fact. Now, if you're the home seller, you want to make sure you go through and you wipe down all the surfaces that possibly could have been touched during the open house. Maybe even spray a little Lysol on things just to make sure all the germs get killed. All right, so those are all the things that we can do as realtors when working with our clients. So hopefully your realtor's doing this. If not, ask them why they're not, and make sure that we take all these precautions when we're selling our home or when we're looking at homes. And this goes for rentals too, even investment properties. And a lot of people are worried that the housing market was going to slow down. We're going to see some slowdown, but it's not going to be due to home showings and sales of properties. It's going to be seen more at the title level where they're doing title searches, and there's not as many people in the town halls currently because they're working on like skeleton crews and stuff like that, or by appointment only. So hopefully you found this information helpful. If you have, please give it a like, consider subscribing to the channel, and we will see you on the next video.